2008 horror film Let the Right One In follows the story of a young boy named Oscar, who is befriended by a peculiar young girl named Ellie. Over the course of the film, we learn that Oscar is having some trouble with some bullies at his high school. It is Ellie who helps Oscar to fight back against these bullies. She gives him the strength to stand up for himself. However, it is then revealed that Ellie is not all she appears to be. She in fact turns out to be a vampire. This is a fact that Oscar is willing to overlook and in fact embrace by the end of the film for the sake of the friendship that he's built up with her. However, this friendship is built on a lie that Ellie has constructed in order to lure Oscar into trusting her completely and eventually making the decision to become her new caretaker. Ellie is indeed a wolf in sheep's clothing. She is the perfect manipulator of truth, whose every action is designed to meet an ultimate goal, her will upon Oscar's life. Many people make the mistake of believing that this film is in some way a twisted love story. But it's not. It's not a love story at all. It's actually a film about how the devil manipulates people for his own ends. As it says in 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 14 to 15, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So it is no surprise if his servants also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness. Their end will correspond to their deeds. Ellie is evil. She is a vampire. She is a creature of darkness. And her ultimate end is to create a new servant, someone who will look after her and care for her during the day. She has no love towards Oscar. We see this in a scene with Oscar and Ellie when Oscar is being very affectionate. He thinks that she's returning that affection, but in fact she's just looking at him, checking him out, observing him, looking at his behaviour and making sure that she's sucking him into her world. Ellie appears to Oscar essentially as this angel of light. She comes to his salvation. She helps him to stand up for himself. But it's all for one end and it's all a lie. But as we are also told in Matthew chapter 7 verse 15, beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing but inwardly are ravenous wolves. This is really what the film is all about, and by the end of the film, Oscar has been trapped by that wolf. He is in her snare. The final sequence is actually quite a depressing picture of what happens when the truth of God is not in our lives. We are left open to the lies of the devil and are put onto the path of destruction. In order to avoid heading down a similar path, it is important for us to get to know the truth of God, put God's word on our hearts so that we can recognize when a lie is upon us. As it says in Psalm 119 verse 11, I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. Ellie's manipulations work primarily because she pinpoints Oscar's weakness. He's being bullied, so she comes in and shows him how to deal with those bullies. But she does it in a way that is not of God. Her way is through violence. God's way is not. If Oscar had have known this, he could have recognized the lie that was before him. In which directions do you feel you are being pulled? Where is your life heading? Where do you feel you are being told to go? When you figure this out, ask yourself, is this of God? Is this where God would want me? And if you don't know, look to his word to find the answer.